If you feel like you're too old to pursue your love for music, I'm here to tell you, please go for it. I'm here to empower you to share your voice and your message and who you are, because that is all that the world needs from you right now. I'm Sonja Marina. Welcome. I'm an artist, singer, songwriter, music producer, and just like 2 years ago, I would not have been able to call myself any of those things. So I know firsthand that your life can change really, really quickly. And I can just tell you from my experience, as soon as I allow myself to listen to my heart and pursue music, my life started rolling like a snowball. It's been crazy. So I truly believe that you have something very unique to share. Maybe you don't even know what it is yet. And maybe you need to work on reconnecting to yourself again first. And this starts by you following what your heart is calling for. And if you feel interested in pursuing music on a more serious level, or, maybe it's something that you do just for yourself and you keep it secret, but you feel like there's so much energy in it for you, go for it. I know how loud your mind can be and how it can dominate how you direct your life path, because it's been that way for me for the longest time. So I want to give your mind tangible reasons to work with. Maybe we can get the mind to work with your heart and get into more realignment. And actually, you'll see that your age is really an advantage for you with how the music industry is set up nowadays. There is so much that goes into it. You have to wear a lot of different hats. The path isn't, first of all, as gatekeepy as it used to be. The gates are wide open for anyone to share their music. And second of all, it's not as straightforward. There's no A to B and then C, It's very individual. So rather than thinking about, can I be successful as an artist and become this person on stage that everybody knows and is like Taylor Swift, let's think about what is your next step that is in your reach, and who do you have to become to get there? And then from there, you'll find your next step, and you'll find your next step, and you'll start to build connections with people, and you'll start to reconnect to your true voice and to what it is you actually have to share. And you will build and transform your life as an artist and a musician from there. So your first biggest advantage is that you have a more defined sense of self. By this point, you probably have experienced a lot of things. You've gotten to know yourself. The reason why you're being called to music is because you have experienced how life is without it. And it's not fun. It's not fulfilling. So all of the stories you've gathered, all of these feelings and experiences, they're going to feed into your songwriting and the messages you have to share. That's how you connect to people. Your voice is the carrier of these messages. And people are more likely to resonate with you if you come from this place of having experienced something and knowing who you are. I believe that artists are imagine a rock. The more solid you are, the more weight there is to where you stand, the more of an impact you're gonna have when I throw that rock into the water. Sorry, my words are all over the place, but you know what I mean. Imagine that as opposed to a small pebble that is fluid. It's not going to have the same ripple effect in the water. So that's how I like to think about you as as a person, as an artist identity. And that doesn't mean that you need to put yourself into a box or anything like that. I don't believe in boxes. I think we change and evolve all the time. And basically we humans are just a walking process. But there is something to you having that experience and being at a different level of knowing. I also want to give you a list of people who are great examples for this. Susan Boyle. She became an international sensation at the age of 47 after her stunning audition on Britain's Got Talent. Before that, she had a relatively quiet life and hadn't pursued a professional music career. Charles Bradley, known as the Screaming Eagle of Soul. Bradley didn't release his debut album, No Time for Dreaming, until he was 62 years old. He had spent many years working odd jobs and performing as a James Brown impersonator. How cool is that? Bill Withers. Withers was 32 when he released his first album, Just As I Am, which featured the hit song Ain't No Sunshine. Before becoming a successful musician, he served in the Navy and worked as an assembler for Boeing. Sharon Jones. Jones didn't become a full-time recording artist until she was in her 40s. After years of working various jobs and singing backup, her career took off with the band the Dap Kings, and she gained recognition for her powerful voice and energetic stage presence. Tony Bennett. While he had initial success in the early 1950s, Bennett experienced a significant career resurgence in the late 1980s and 1990s, reaching a new generation of fans and collaborating with younger artists. He remained a vital and celebrated artist well into his 80s and 90s. Okay, the next one I already touched on earlier is the fact that you need to wear a lot of hats nowadays as an artist. You kind of need to be an entrepreneur who knows how to manage their business, spot opportunities, know how to collaborate and communicate with other people, know how to manage your own emotions, know how to organize your day and do all the things you need to get done in order to release your music and give concerts and build an audience and, post on social media. All of that. It's a lot. So if you are quote unquote older, probably you've established a career in a different field already, or maybe it is in music, but you're not outing yourself as an artist, or you're not sharing your songs. But whatever your job is right now, I'm pretty sure there's carryover in terms of skills you've acquired or knowledge that will feed into you as an artist. And hopefully you've built some finances that can support your musical journey. You've built a toolbox to navigate the world in general. And that is so valuable. When I pivoted into music, I had built a handstand and flexibility business. So basically, I was coaching handstands and flexibility, and I had built a community, and I had other coaches also teaching their classes. And it taught me so much. I didn't even realize how much I was already bringing to the table. And I mean, of course, I had to catch up a lot with my vocals and music skills in general. Thankfully, I grew up in a family of musicians, and music has just always been in my head. Like my whole functioning has always been kind of based on music, movement, rhythm, kind of functioning internally. When I decided to pivot into music, I was telling myself that I didn't know anything and I didn't have any education. Like I didn't study music. I started singing when I was 30. But then I realized how training your voice and also just getting your creative juices going, it's about practice. It really is about practice and iteration. So self-reflection. And if you can get yourself into a regular practice, like, that's it. That's what you need to do. And the rest, to grow and to communicate yourself as an artist to the world and, build that, it is about all these other skills. I encourage you to tie the pieces together that you have kind of built over time that don't seem to connect, but really they do. Okay, and the third advantage was absolutely massive for me, and maybe it is for you too. I felt like I was starting from a clean slate when I went into music. I started out just for fun. I've always been a super ambitious person, and so my whole life has kind of been very career focused up until just maybe like 2 years ago, if I'm honest. So up until I was 34 years old, I was really mind dominated and very focused on building a career and establishing my finances and doing the things that I was kind of taught to do by our system. And when I got to the point that I could not deny my desire for singing and songwriting anymore, like it was really painful. I felt like it was a matter of life or death at that point because my mental health was suffering a lot. And once I allowed myself to go there and just pursue it, small. I started really small with just joining a choir, and I sang there for fun. And then I formed a trio singing 3-part harmony, and we did covers, and I kind of just went from there. And then I found this vocal coach on YouTube, and I developed my voice, and she had this community of singer-songwriters, which transformed into Artist Springboard, which we have today. So it kind of just started very small and rolled like a snowball. And the place it came from was really just my love and curiosity. So if you're feeling like that, chances are that you're gonna just follow the thread of love, and it's gonna make you move really fast. Like I said, 2 years ago, I had no idea that I was gonna end up here. I have released an album of 9 songs or 10 songs, I can't remember. 2 singles. 3 singles. I have no idea how many songs I've released now, but I write songs every week, and I'm part of this amazing community, and like I'm just living an artist's life and traveling to be a backup singer for a friend, and then I'm writing a song with someone on Zoom, and we're across the ocean, and I had no idea that I could live this life, but it is possible. It is so accessible. So the point I want to make is that when I entered this community of songwriters, there were a lot of people in there who were far more advanced. They were already established artists, and some people who were trying to become trying to release their own songs and pivot into being artists as opposed to musical performers or vocal coaches. And what I noticed is that a lot of those people who actually studied music and had a history and a past in music had these emotional entanglements that were holding them back. I don't know, it was just something about the ideas maybe they had about who they have to be in this industry, or I don't know exactly what it is that was holding them back. But I noticed that because I didn't have any expectations, I was coming in as a complete noob, I didn't know anything, it gave me warp speed. And I can just, like, to this day, I can just bang out songs and have fun with it. And I'm like, I don't know, whatever. I'm just getting to know myself here. Like, I don't know who this person is. I'm surprised by her all the time. And but I can relate to people with a past in music and like stories in their minds, because that's exactly how I experience my previous handstands and flexibility career, where I was coaching people how to do handstands and flexibility. I studied sports and nutrition science, and I kind of shaped this persona, and I essentially became a handstand. And it just became this costume that I wear in life, and people kind of demand it from me. And, you know, so in that area of my life, I stopped caring about handstands a long time ago, and I actually haven't trained in forever. And I was still teaching the classes and pushing myself to keep it going, but it really didn't feel true to me. So I feel like if you're starting later and you have this passion and curiosity and you're like, oh, this is giving me so much life, it can make the universe conspire. I don't know how it works, but it's just been mind-blowing to me. And like, I had stage fright. I could have not imagined myself performing a concert on my own with just me, my voice and my instruments, but I did. I did a whole 50-minute set with an audience, and like I even got paid for it. And it's just unreal what can happen if you come from this place. So that's why I say, follow your heart. Give yourself a chance. I hope this is empowering you and giving you loads of energy, and I'm excited to see you again soon.